Yo, what's poppin'? Welcome to the Titans Colosseum Podcast. You know who I am. You know who I'm in the building with. Fellas, what's poppin'?
What's going on? What's going on, man? Happy to be in the building, man. Got a lot of things we got to talk about, a lot of things to discuss, man. But might be some rumblings going on in the back that that Titan fans may not know about for real.
Yeah, man, it's just that time of the year, man. It's hard to read the tea leaves. So you don't know what's going to happen. You got some excitement with number one overall pick, but we don't know what, if, and when, if changes are going to happen around this coaching staff or in the front office area. So, man, we're here to talk some Titans, talk some Titans football. This miserable season is finally over, so at least we can look on and maybe seeing how we can actually improve this team moving forward.
For sure. And we got a very special guest in the building. Really, he ain't no guest, man. He family, man. Y'all know who he is, but just in case you don't, make sure you go over to Twitter and check out SeanSports.com, man. Hey, Sean is on top of everything, man. You need any stats about any upcoming players that the Titans may draft or bring in free agency? Hey, Sean got you covered, man. Sean, what's happening with you?
What's up? Just happy it's over.
Man, tell me about it, man. But is it really over, man? Because I mean, we still up over here sweating, just thinking about what may happen.
Can you hear us? Oh, that was what I say.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us, Sean?
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We thought we had some more technical difficulties.
my bad.
But nah, man, we're gonna go ahead and get things rocking and rolling here, man. Shout out to William watching tonight, man. Shout out to Josh Mickle in the building, man. Caster the King. Make sure you check out everything he got going on over there in this channel. D9, what's happening with you, my boy? Top tier, what's good with you? Andre, what's happening with you? Julie, what's good? Johnny, what's good? Michael, what's happening? Nancy, what's happening? Johnny, hey, on time today. Hey, that's what it is, fella. Glad you came here, man. The realest in the building, man. What's happening with you? We got Angelica here tonight. Angelica, what's happening with you? And we got our boy Trigger Tracy. Tracy, what's happening with you?
We ain't seen Trey in a minute.
Yeah, man, been up over there getting them Antioch boys writing basketball, man. Y'all make sure y'all go check them out too, man. Marlo, what's happening with you? Day one, Corey D. Hey, Corey was out in the trenches yesterday, man. Sorry you had to pull up out there and witness that foolishness, but hey, we got what we got up out of it, and we most definitely gonna talk about it. Daniel, what's happening with you? Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us, blah, blah, blah. This, that, and the third. Make sure you hit up Wilson at Music City Autoplex, man. Best prices within 500 miles. If you can't make it down there to the lot, make sure you go to musiccityAutoplex.com and check out their amazing inventories. Also, too, make sure you get them bets in on the playoffs this weekend, man. BetUS.com, 10% gamblers insurance where the games begin, and you also get 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. So scan that QR code, lock those bets in. We got David that just joined us tonight as well, man. Shout out to David. Woo, we're finna get to this foolishness, y'all, man, because I'm not gonna lie. I'm just ready for them to make a decision at this point. Are they gonna keep Red or are they gonna fire Red? Firestone, your thoughts?
Man, everything in me screams you better keep Rand, because like he has made moves, he's made decisions to try to make this team better. Now, has he missed on some things? Yes, nobody's perfect. We're gonna miss. There's gonna be some bad players, maybe some bad coaching signings, but there's nothing to me that Rand has done that screams, "Hey, you should fire this guy." There's nothing. The only thing that might be bad is okay. He drafted Levis, and maybe he got Coach Callahan wrong as a hire, but those still aren't fireable offenses. Okay, go draft another QB, go get a guy, and maybe we go get you another coach. Miss Amy is sitting here paying 2 head coaches and 2 general managers right now. You should know more than anybody about what it is to not get the right guy and having to sometimes take initial shots at hiring somebody. So, bro, there's no reason to fire Rand. But if you do fire Rand, you better fire Callie as well, because you can't sit here and say, well, one of the main reasons we're going to fire Rand is because how poorly we did this year, and why we was so poorly this year is mainly because of coaching. But you're going to fire the guy that hired the guy that gave you those results rather than the guy who produced those results. Like, if you're going to fire Rand, you got to fire Callie as well.
Yeah, I'm with you
For
on that
sure, for
Firestone as
sure.
well, man. I'm just at the point, man. Look, yeah, if you're gonna let one go, let them both go. We got number one pick, man. This is an attractive job, bro. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna want one of these two quarterbacks, you know what I'm saying, to develop and build a team around. You know what I'm saying? So if we gonna fire one of them, you might as well fire both of them, man. And then, look, I'm not all the way out on Cali, and I don't think Rand has done enough to get fired. I'm not just we ain't never once before the end of the season say that, yeah, we need to fire Rand. Like, nah. And I was the one that actually pointed out that it's his fault that Will Levis is here, because at the end of the day, he's a general manager. You get what I'm saying? I hate that she might put that on him. You know what I'm saying? Because whenever they said that when he first got here, they said that wasn't even his draft. So I'm like, how you can't even put that on him. I mean, you look at this first draft, we got Latham, we got a cornerstone at left tackle. I'm not saying that he's just all the way ready right now, but he's gonna be a good player, man. Yeah, Devondre Sweat, I really like Devondre Sweat. I don't know if you guys like Devondre Sweat, and you know what I'm saying. And we got Jarvis Brownlee out of the 4th, 5th round, man, and he's been a solid corner for us, man. So I don't see, and he's brought in 1,000-yard rusher, 1,000-yard wide receiver. And he's gotten Josh Wiley, is somewhat, you know what I'm saying, a capable tight end, man. So I don't see what he's done to be fired. You know, that the only problem thing I could point to is Will Levis. And I don't think that was his pick, honestly. But put it on him because he's a general manager, though.
Bro,
So,
and for me, like, I know,
go ahead.
I know it says on you pass term. For me, everybody keeps saying you either keep both or you fire both. That instance for me is only if you're firing Rand. If you're going to fire Callie, you can keep Rand for me. You can keep Rand and fire Callie. You don't have to fire both in that situation. But if you fire Rand, you damn sure better fire Callie, because, hey, forget it. Let's get both of it. Let's clear house. Let's complete this trifecta. Number one pick, new GM, new head coach. Let's set it all up for the future.
So, Storm, let me ask you this right here, man. Say if Rand were to be fired, do you feel like this would be the ultimate sign of dysfunction?
Absolutely. I think what the Titans right now, what they have is they're in a rebuild. Like they are. This is a rebuilding team, and I feel like Rand, I 100% agree with Firestone, where you have to either keep both or fire both, because keeping one is exactly what the Titans have done, because when they fired John Robinson, they kept Vrabel, and then a year later, Vrabel's gone too, and it's just pure dysfunction if they fire they have fired in 2022, they fired a general manager. In 2023, they fired a head coach. In 2024, they might fire a general manager. That is the definition of dysfunction. So if I'm the Titans, I'm giving these two another season. The quarterback situation was awful. Rand drafted Levis, but I don't know why people are pressing this as much, because Levis was a 2nd-round pick. It's not like he was a 1st-round pick that we're paying a lot of money to, who we have to be committed to. If this was Chris Ballard with the Colts, where they used the top 5 pick on Anthony Richardson, I can agree with you on that. But this is a 2nd-round pick quarterback who they missed on. How many, the best GMs ever, they miss on 2nd-round picks? So I think Rand and Callie, they deserve another year, and we go from there.
Yeah, I 100% agree with Shar, man. What is he done to get fired? What has he done, man? Even if you put that first draft on him, like that's not even just a terrible draft. I mean, if Will Levis hits, we look like geniuses, because I mean we got a 1st-round quarterback in the 2nd round. Like I'm not getting what he deserves to be fired for. I'm gonna really look at Miss Amy with a side eye if she fired Rand. That's stupid to me.
Yeah, bro. Like this is going to come back. Like, as if that happens, because I don't really see anybody other than Stillman that wants that to truly happen, but has like a logical argument behind it. Like, there's nothing. And I seen Johnny in here said too, like, he went into the draft and needed left tackle, right guard, and only what came out with one. We needed way more than that, bro. We had too many things to fix in one offseason that's coming up. And he did fix 3/4 of what we needed. A lot of things didn't work out, but that's just how this game goes. So, like, even with that, because, like, I hear you, we didn't get that, but even that is still, like, it's still not fireable. It's like, okay, yeah, we still got to fix some things, but we needed almost fixing at every position. And guess what we got to do now? We got 23 of our 53-man roster needing new contracts. So guess what? We got to rebuild, return around this roster once again, and now try to sell players on a team that now has had players. 3 players quit on us this year? So we had one guy retire, one guy asked to quit, like, be released, and then another guy happily being traded away. So I don't understand. Well, actually 4, because D-Hop was happily traded away too. I was talking about Ernest Jones, but D-Hop as well. So, like, you're getting rid of these people, and then if you fire Rand, like, how is this a market where you start saying, players say, I want to come here, coaches say, I want to come here, and we're 21 yards short from Tony Pollard, and we're still talking like we didn't say, hey, you're still going to get your incentive? Like, what about this franchise screams, come coach and play here?
I think also, like, Amy needs to be held accountable, because is there an owner in the NFL who doesn't speak to, like, her fans or the media as less as Amy does? There's not.
She's never.
Amy has never done, like, yeah, Amy's done interviews with maybe, friendly, Mike Keith, like, people she's paying. She's paying Mike Keith. Mike Keith is on her payroll. She's never done a press conference with Paul Kaharski, Buck Rising, all these other guys there, because she knows she's going to get asked a tough question, and she doesn't like tough questions. But I think you fired Vrabel last year. Now there's rumors that you want to can Rand. You need to address this, because this team has won how many games in the last 3 years? What was it, 15 maybe? They've been one of the worst teams in the NFL the last 3 years. So you owe the fan base, you owe your employees, you owe everyone a press conference to explain what is going on with this team.
Bro, and I love that.
Let me hold on, Firestone.
Go ahead.
Let me go ahead, get to some comments, and we got some stars too. We appreciate you, Jeremy, for the stars, and we also appreciate Julie as well for the stars. Comment wise, I saw one here that you already addressed, Firestone, but we got one from Andre saying, I'm scratching the draft with Vrabel off the books. This past draft was Rand's first for me. Yeah, that's why I stand with it, man. I don't hold that draft against him. I think we had another comment saying that,
also remember too that Rand year too, Rand came in late, very late as a GM hire, and was behind in that draft as well.
Yeah, he was only the GM for 2 months before that drive. I'm sorry, bro. I'm really looking at Amy sideways, bro, if she fires Rand, bro, over this season. Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not even trying to do it, but, like, y'all see, man, it's kind of a race thing, man. Like, I just seen the freaking Patriots coach get fired after 1 year, and you seen what happened in Houston for back-to-back seasons. Like, come on, this is like Rand real first season, bro. Like, come on now. You know what I'm saying? It's not a good look,
Right. I agree with y'all, man. This should be considered Rand's first season because of how, he came in his first year. The draft board was pretty much already set. He had very, very little say in that draft. And plus, too, he even said that, he didn't want to come in and start just overhauling things without getting to know people and, evaluating who needs to stay and who needs to go or whatnot, man. But Sean, how do you feel about it, man? Do you feel like it's fair to hold, Rand to every single thing that has went on since he got here, or are you just taking this season right here to, evaluate Rand and what he could bring to the table later on?
At the end of the day, I feel like, yeah, he didn't have as much power his first offseason as he did, last offseason and, this upcoming offseason if he's the general manager. but I feel like you have to hold him accountable for some of the stuff because at the end of the day, he still was a general manager. So, yeah, I think that, he was a general manager. You have to hold him accountable. But also, like, how many definite bad moves has Rand made? I would say the Levis draft pick. I would say the Andre Dillard signing. And, yeah, I mean, people are going to bring up last offseason Kenneth Murray maybe.
And it's not a bad signing.
Yeah, it's
It
not a
maybe
bad
not be what
signing.
y'all wanted, but he did good this year.
I'd say it was average at best.
That's why I say good. Decent,
I've seen
good.
people bringing up the L'Jarius Sneed trade. There's the Sneed right there. Sneed got hurt, but when we traded for Sneed, I didn't hear anyone complaining.
No.
Because we know
it close fans.
Man, we're losing that trade, but I don't just think that's just a bad trade. Like,
we're going to win that trade. We're going to win. Sneed just got hurt this year, and I'm going to throw this up too. Hell no, it's still a good one. But no, it's just he just got hurt this year. He'll come back, and we'll still look in the long run. We're still winning this trade. Like, yeah, they're getting their 3rd round pick this year from us, and it's going to be at the first of the 3rd round, and that's all cool. But at the end of the day, that's still it is a 3rd round pick for them, and we got L'Jarius Sneed. Like, we still win in that draft because L'Jarius Sneed, when he comes back healthy, he's going to be a shutdown corner for us, and him and Awuzie next to each other is going to look nice.
They say Bud is rolling over in his grave right now. Look, Bud done some foolishness too. I mean, I'm not going to sit up there and act like Bud was some type of saint or whatever, but we ain't going to go that far back. We're going to talk about his daughter pretty much walking down the same path that he was on, because I really don't agree with firing one person straight up. And I don't care who that one person is, because they're all connected. So if they're all connected, they need to stand together and they need to fall together. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, we going to be going right back down the same path we've been going down for the last 10 years. Hiring a GM, then firing the coach, and keeping the GM and keeping the coach, and fire. Just a whole bunch of dysfunctional foolishness. I mean, if she comes out to fire Rand tomorrow, what do you think people are going to say about the Titans? Keep in mind, they said a bunch of stuff last year when we fired Mike Vrabel, and it was justified. So what you think they're going to say if we end up firing Rand tomorrow?
Bro, listen to them now when they're talking about Vrabel going coaching hires. They're talking about the very good coach Mike Vrabel is going to go sit with the Jets and sit with the Patriots. Bro, they still rub that in like y'all are stupid for doing this. And that'll be the narrative too for this is you don't do that. So like Amy has to come out and talk. And I know like it's been talked about so many times. Even last year we said like Amy needs to come out and talk and at least let the fan base know. And they're like, she don't owe nothing to nobody. Yes, she does. We're still the consumer at the end of the day. Yeah, we're technically fans, a different word, but we're still a consumer for your product and your business, and your product is ass. So yes, you need to answer to your consumers about how shitty your product is right now and why you say things, but they're not lining up with your product. You can keep coming out and say, hey, we're using new material. The product won't fall apart. It's really, really great state-of-the-art stuff. We're moving with modern times, but then we get the product and it falls apart worse than it did before. It's you need to answer some shit. And so many people's like, oh, not many owners do that. Well, guess who did it today? Robert Kraft answered for his firing today, took his accountability, talked about that. The Jaguars owner talked about his firing today, answers questions with reporters about that, stood in the line of fire. So I think it's about time that ownership and people that's actually at the top and the head of this actually start answering, because we've been saying, oh, Vrabel's the head and the GM and John Robinson. None of these people are the head. And they keep having to answer for shit. We need to hear from the head of what the fuck is actually going on. And it don't need to be, well, we're going to fire this guy, and then once we hire a new guy, we'll tell you the vision. No. Come out here and be like the Detroit Lions. Y'all keep praising the Detroit Lions. Be like them. Tell us what the fucking vision is, and then put people in position to execute that fucking vision, because you just seem to be bouncing everywhere. And I want to use another phrase, but I can't right now because we're monetizing. But you seem to be just clout chasing with everybody right now to see what's going to work, and we're throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. And we don't have a vision or an identity, and it's the blind leading the blind right now, and it's getting really, really ridiculous.
And I wish the organization would quit treating the fans like we're stupid people. I mean, we understand every single thing what's going on. We may not have the knowledge and, you know, the resources that they do at the team facility, but we most definitely believe, we most definitely know what's going on when it comes to this team. So when they put their little mission statements out there and whatnot, the same way you dressed it up to sell it, just sell it like, you know, you're going to have this playoff contending team. You need to be real and just tell us that, hey, look, we're going through some changes right now. We understand that, you know, we have a lot of needs to address, but we just want to ask our fans to be there as we transition into a new era of Titans football. Just some kind of bullshit ass company line. I mean, shit. That's what they get paid to do, dress up bullshit. So just dress up nice. We understand what the hell is going on. But RJ, go ahead.
So I'll just push back on that for we move on. But and I get that. Like, you're not gonna come out and say, hey, we're just gonna but you push a narrative when you know times are gonna be hard. You push a narrative of like patience and certain things, of just not setting high expectations. They set high expectations. They did, not the fan base. Now, let me just read this little short part, because this was what Amy put out after she fired Vrabel. So when everybody's like, no, the high expectations, or it was a tank and they're not going to sell us, this is Amy's words. I will never shy away from acknowledging that I have unapologetic high expectations for the football team in every aspect of the Titans organization. Our vision is not simply to produce more wins than losses. It is to regularly compete for championships. While the season has been disappointing, I see early signs of progress taking shape. Like, she sat there and said, it ain't just about winning more than we lose. It's about being a championship contender. That's what she put out once we fired Vrabel. Not, hey guys, this is going to take some time. Just be paid. Cali even came out, pack this stadium out. We want to make this loud. Let's not forget what they fucking sold at the beginning of the year and let them off the hook, because they drastically underperformed. And let's give them excuses like, well, they can't say that. Well, if you know you're going to suck, don't come out here and sell so high like you did to the fan base, and sell new season ticket holders for the new stadium the way you did, and push this narrative. None of that is good for business, because now you got a bunch of pissed off people. And, oh, by the way, all your season ticket holders got 2023 gifts as well this year. So add that extra salt into the wound of this dysfunctional franchise.
I got mine Sunday, and I ain't even opened a box yet. But shout out to Delaney Walker. I'm gonna most definitely put it up in my little Titans room. Hopefully get it signed one day. But
one thing about
Will Levis, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I blame Lou. If we would have never drafted this dude, bro, we would never be in this position. We would have beat the Bears. We'd have beat the Jets. Then we probably took that momentum and beat the Packers, bro. We'd be 3-0, and it'd be a whole different season, bro. Nah, bro. But this man, Will Levis, just had to screw over those 3 games to end our season, bro.
Speaking of Delaney Walker, those Titans teams in the past, 2014, 2015, when they sucked, you know what they did have? They had leadership. They had Delaney Walker. They had Jarrell Casey. Where is the leader on this team? Will Levis ain't a leader. I mean, you have to be a decent player to be a leader. Jeffrey Simmons is our best player, I would say. I don't view Jeffrey Simmons as like a big leader on this team. I just don't. You guys might disagree with me on that, but I don't think he's a major leader.
Disagree.
Who else is a leader on this team? We don't have any leaders, and that's the problem. You just went 3-14, and you have no foundational leader. That is the number one problem with this team, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. It is. I mean, and you see it because, I mean, Jeffrey Simmons shouldn't be the go-to guy when it comes to, getting a voice from the team or whatnot. I mean, not saying that Jeffrey Simmons doesn't need to talk, because Jeffrey Simmons
he needs to
definitely delivers a message that that reflects the locker room. But I'm talking about a bona fide leader, somebody who just straight up understands everybody and what's going on within the organization, and understands the fan base as well. And it's times with Jeffrey Simmons where I feel like he doesn't get it. I mean, just
I don't think he's
not
a good
clicking
leader.
for him.
You saw in the offseason when he went off on Buck Rising for I don't even know what Buck did. And he blocked me on Twitter for I don't know why he blocked me on Twitter, but he's clearly on social media. He sees what people are saying about him. And as a leader, you have to cut that out. You can't be having outbursts at the media, and you can't have dumb penalties every game. You saw Jeffrey Simmons this year getting into fights, having dumb penalties that extend drives. Like, I love Jeffrey Simmons. He's a talented player. He's one of the best players we've drafted in the past decade. But leadership-wise, he needs to take a step.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Sean, because, I mean, he got on Buck Rising for talking bad about the team, and Buck Rising was right. This team is bad. Like, he get on, like, it's just unbelievable. Now we the worst team in the league, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it now, bro. We're the worst team in the league. So, nah, bro. He got on the Buck Rising about something that he was correct about.
Bro, and what aggravates me this year the most about Simmons is like we all was talking about like you're a top 5 guy. We were talking to you about Chris Jones and this and that. We paid you accordingly. We're setting you up all this way, and we really got some hype around you. And the thing that has stood out most about you this year is your antics, not your play. The Buck thing with you getting into it with him, the JC Latham fight in training camp. It seems like you are out there on the field having after movement and pushing shove battles with guys after the whistle more than you're pushing and shoving with them during the play. And that's what's aggravating to me too, because you'll push somebody, then somebody pushes him back. And I'm sorry, RJ, I know you're a LeBron fan, but this dude's out here flopping like LeBron after supposedly being this tough guy and pushing people around. Now you're flopping and looking to the ref like, what's this? Like, bro, I either be a tough guy or just let your play speak for yourself. But if you're going to sit out here and try to play this bully ball, then when other people push it on you, that can't be a moment to where now you kind of back down and flop. That has to embrace you to be push down even further and make your presence shown. And if you're going to play bully ball and do all this talking, at some point, your play has to show up as well to back up that shit. You can't just be the loudmouth on the field for 4 quarters, but ain't really doing shit on the stat line.
Yeah, he really doesn't. I don't think he has anybody on the team that's just going to pull him to the side and tell him, like, look, dude, you in the wrong. You need to sit your ass down somewhere. And I thought coming up here, shout out to Brandon too, man. Shout out to everybody watching tonight. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us. Brandon says, I feel like Pollard will step up more next season as a leader, but it's hard for people to look at Big Jeff as one because of some of his antics on the field. Yeah, and, you know, Firestone the Shore just said it, man. You got this dude, he flopping around on the field. You got him getting pushed back 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. And somebody even brought up a comment yesterday, said he headbutted Damian Pierce yesterday on a run or something. I didn't see that part. I was checked out by then. Once I seen 13-0, I said, yep. I said Titans got their first overall draft pick. But yeah, man, Jeffrey Simmons, man, he don't have anybody that's leading him.
Facts, bro. And you constantly see him picking himself up off the field. And I feel like we have a bunch of guys they're trying to force into leadership roles, Simmons and Snead being one of them, where they might be leaders for their position group, but they're not leaders for the entire team and for the entire defense or offense, whatever they're on. You can put some guys in some leadership roles that are smaller and they'll thrive, but you can't put guys that ain't really leader by or natural born leaders in those top leadership roles. You got to go find guys that are natural born leaders. And that's why I said, like, when I made my post, like, trade Landry and trade Simmons. And I know a lot of people don't want to let Simmons go, but it's a time. It's a rebuild. We got to get a new culture, a new attitude, a new theme inside that locker room. And it's not going to happen until Simmons is gone, because as soon as some other big dog showed up, JC Latham, Jeffrey had to show who's alpha dog in the first training camp and all this stuff. Like, we can't have that. It was like the moment when Panthers drafted Cam Newton. They had to get rid of Steve Smith, not because Steve Smith wasn't a good player, but Cam couldn't be the leader Cam was supposed to be as long as Steve was there, because Steve was the leader of the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, my thing with that is, like, First of all, I interviewed one of Jerry Sneed's college teammates last year, and he told me ever since college he's been a quiet guy who I wouldn't say he's not a leader, but like in his position group, he's a leader. You know, he mentors the younger guys in the position group. That's why I think you saw a lot of Jarvis Brownlee's play this year, how he looked a little bit like Jerry Sneed, but he's not a whole leader of the team. Second of all, with the Jeffrey Simmons trade, what would you get in a trade for Jeffrey Simmons? I don't think a team gives up a first-round pick for him.
If somebody
gave him,
you'll be lucky
okay
if you
with
get
Jeffrey
second
Simmons.
up out of jail. But
I think you get second.
a third.
I'm not. I don't know if I'd trade him if I can't get at least a second and a third.
Remember now he's hitting 22.8 million in cap next year as well. Him and
I'm so ready for Landry to
captains
be gone,
next
bro.
year.
I've been screaming that from the mountain for God knows how long, bro. That that we need to trade Landry, bro. He's getting paid too much money, and you know what I'm saying. I mean, he's not a bad player, but it's just like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, he ain't one of them, bro. Like, he's not.
Chef
And here, I'll
Rand,
pull up this graphic
And
for
yeah,
you.
sir. Hold on, Firestone. Before you get to that, man, Chef Rand just said it. Charm, I know you were about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
But Chef Rand just said it. Big Jeff is an enforcer. He's not a leader. Somebody, they need to bring in somebody that's a bona fide leader that's going to keep the enforcer in check, because when you got the enforcer out there trying to lead, it's going to lead to nothing but foolishness.
They need a Jarrell Casey. They need a Delaney Walker type guy.
Well, we had a leader before him, man, and that was Kevin Byard, man. You know what I'm saying?
Kevin Byard,
straight, bro. And that's when he left. You see, like, man, this defense ain't been the same since Kevin Byard left, bro. Like, it just ain't, you know. And Byard may not have impact on the game sometimes, but he'll keep them in order. You know what I'm saying? He keep them straight.
Yeah,
he was a good play caller too.
And the other guy was Derrick Henry too. Once Byard left, it was Henry. Now you got Henry. There's literally nobody there to do that, give the check. And I'm gonna keep this. Like, we keep giving Simmons these names and enforcer like he was, but is he now? Like, is he still that guy? Because it's not. And I'll give you the argument and the basis that maybe the coaches aren't doing enough to set him up to succeed as well in stunts and schemes. But there's a lot of times when you look at Jeffrey Simmons' tape, he's just running right into the guys and right into the double team, not pushing, not moving. He just standing there with them. And Harold does the same thing, just runs right into the guys, not really putting on moves at all. Like, they're just a one move run into the guy impact type of situation. And it's no wonder you're not getting pressures. No wonder you're not getting sacks. It don't look like you're trying anything. It feels like you're taking plays off like, oh, I'm double teamed, so fuck it, I'm just going to accept it. Chris Jones still gets double teamed and still makes these plays. Like, that's the guy you're supposed to be like, let's stop making excuses and make this shit happen. Why do you need an elite rusher next to you? Does Chris Jones have an elite rusher next to him? Who's next to Myles Garrett that was making him better all those years when he was doing shit? Who's next to TJ Watt while he's doing what the fuck he's doing? Why do we got to keep making these excuses for a guy that's making $22.8 million and who's supposed to be the enforcer but ain't enforcing shit but bad antics?
Exactly. And that's the thing.
Well, we need some
We're not
real,
even
like,
asking him to be defensive player of the year or, lead the league in sacks or what. We just asking them to go out there and impact the football game, just like a guy that's getting paid to impact football games. And he's not impactful in this football game. You may see one or two stops that Big Jeff make in the backfield. But outside of that right there, man, what you see Big Jeff doing the last couple of years, man, you don't see him really impacting the game. That's just what it is. And I'm a fan of Big Jeff.
Bro, 5 sacks this year. 5.
My thing is, man, I think when we approach this draft coming up, man, not only do we need to get talented guys, man, we need mature leaders, man, on this team, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know, they beat my team, but I mean, I've been looking at Ohio State, man. They got nothing. They're a senior-led team. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's a bunch of seniors on that football team. Need a team, man, that's disciplined. You know what I'm saying? There's the senior led. You get what I'm saying? Like, we need to look for these type of guys, man. Winners. You know what I'm saying? We need that on this roster, man. They may not be the most talented people, but they know how to win football games. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what we need to look for, man, in this draft, man, and really approach, man. We got to get up out this hole, man, because this was unacceptable. And I mean, most of it, in my opinion, was Levis. Levis just being garbage in the beginning of the season. They kept a lot of momentum, but after the season went on, even when Levis got benched, it was still bad. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah, we need some guys that have been playing football for a long time, and we need some guys that senior that is got a little bit more mature, man.
So you say this, Firestone. I wanna ask you something, because when I saw it, the first person I thought about was you. What do you think about that last interception that Will Levis threw yesterday?
You talking about the touchdown?
Yeah.
Bro, it's just Will Levis shit to go like that. Like, bro, that's when I say, when y'all was like, oh, Levis was playing good, and I said, no, he got lucky. And y'all was like, oh, you're just coping for him. No, he got lucky that DB was just as bad as him at his job. Go high point the fucking ball. Why are you sitting there waiting for the ball to fall to you so the dude can just run by you to go get it, bro? That's what I mean by Will Levis didn't have a good streak. He just had a streak where he played against some guys and he got luckier because those guys was just as bad at their jobs as him. We talk about, Levis didn't have that many. Well, he had a lot of picks, but not that many picks. Levis should have had 2 times as many picks as he had this year, but DBs couldn't catch and hold on to the damn ball, bro. Like, he threw horribly this year. And just to see that, I'm like, that's the most Will Levis thing to top off the Will Levis year, is some dumb fuckery shit like that. So some Will Levis fans somewhere like, see, I told you he could get it done.
See, look. Hey, that's the first person that needs to be traded from this damn team. Get him the fuck away from Nashville, from Davidson County, please. He gotta go, bro. I don't even want to look at that kid no more, bro. I don't want him nowhere near Cam Ward or Shador. I don't even want him to even see him get drafted by Tennessee Titans. Hey, please trade this man into somewhere in the NFC, the Canadian Football League, please.
Oh, man.
Like, I don't know who would trade for Will Levis at this point.
Man, look, man. They said the Rams like them. They said the Rams were going to draft them. Hey, we not drafting them. So, hey, maybe they might like it.
Hey, remember, somebody traded for Malik Willis and Mac Jones, bro. Anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Man, I'll trade him for some ramen noodles, bro. Oh, God.
Man. No, give me a 7. I don't even care what year it is. Just fuck off this team.
Yeah, Chef Rand said Rams were still taking. Yeah, I mean, just because these teams don't get these players when they want to in the draft doesn't mean that they stop looking for them or whatnot. I mean, shoot, if anything, they look at them closer, because I mean, there's a possibility that they might become available, and it looks like that's what's going to happen to Will Levis. He's going to become available at some point, because I just don't see them keeping Will Levis around if they go get a veteran quarterback. If they go get, hell, fuck that. I can't see them keeping Will Levis around regardless of whether they get a veteran quarterback or whether they draft somebody.
You can't. At this point, if you're going to move on, and which we should at QB, you got to let go of Levis. Keeping Levis around and us moving on at QB would have been the equivalent of last year firing Vrabel, but keeping him as defensive coordinator while hiring a new coach. No, fuck that shit, because there's going to be that lingering, like, I could get your job. I'm gonna come get your shit back. That's my position. I'm gonna come. No, just get him out the building, bro. They gave Mason 2 starts and they was ready to give this guy another chance. Fuck that. Get him out the building. We don't need any lingers next year. Well, maybe we was too quick on Will Levis and he can play again. No, fuck that. Get out the building. Let's start new, fresh.
And don't nobody want Will Levis goofy ass walking around doing nothing anyway, man. Sean, you see that shit yesterday when I guess he called himself throwing out some money or whatever.
I did. That was we
out here tanking. Here's the Texas fans sitting up laughing at us because we wearing fucking Oilers throwbacks and shit, and your good ass out here throwing up money that was like when a strip club or something.
That was when Calvin Ridley hit his 1,000-yard season. And
man, just goofy shit.
I
understand it, but just fucking goofy, just all around, man. I mean, shit. Don't congratulate your guy and keep it moving. I mean, just a lack of self-awareness.
Yeah,
is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you look at man, like bro, they was Levis was on the sideline googling with Tony Pollard trying to figure out how many yards he need to get his incentive, bro. And it's like, bro, please get this off my team, bro. I can't. If we can get freaking, I trade him to Raging Canes for goodness sake, bro. Get him away from Titans, bro. This man is a cancer, bro.
So badly. Fuck it.
Bro, trade him somewhere far and trade him to freaking the Wicked Witch of the West House or something, bro. Please get him away from Titans. Hey.
Bro, he could be the permanent ambassador for Hellman's Mayo. We can we'll trade him to Hellman's Mayo. Y'all just pay his contract. Fuck that. We don't need nothing in return. Just pay the remainder of whatever his rookie contract is, and Hellman's Mayo can go back to making they dumbass, funny ass commercials that fuck up my Sundays for the next 10 years.
Yeah, man. That's what he need to do, man. He need to be a full-time male model, bro. He could do that, bro. He can that's something that he's good at, bro. He's not good at being no NFL quarterback, bro. Like he can be in movies or something, bro. Why don't you get in a movie, bro? You could be the next Ryan Reynolds, man. You know what I'm saying? You could be the next Gladiators. You could be in the Gladiator 3, bro. You know what I'm saying? You be good in that film, bro. You're not no NFL quarterback, bro. Like he was in there, even in the locker room, talking like he was like, "Yeah, man, I could handle a lot more on my plate, man, than what they were giving me." No, the fuck you
can't. I heard him say that goof ass shit earlier. I'm like, man, what the hell is you even talking about, bro? Like, why even say that? Just say you had a bad season and get the fuck on out the locker.
just pack your locker and leave. We just can't have this.
This is coming from the same guy that earlier in the season said he needed to rewire his brain to fix shit, right? This is that same guy. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You couldn't handle what we gave you, and we gave you a baby-sized portion of fucking food on your plate, and you still fumbled it. You fucked up the food so bad that the guy that cooked the beautiful meal is getting blamed for the 5-star meal that he has done cooked because your ass is dropping it, fumbling it all over the floor, stepping on it, smearing on it and shit. Bro, get this dude the fuck out of the team, please. God,
he was Aaron Rodgers or somebody when he said that. Well, I could handle more than what's being given to me. Like, bro, no, the hell you can't, man. You couldn't even handle getting out of a game in which the opposing quarterback only threw for 95 yards in his rookie debut. So, what makes you think you finna handle the complexity of a Brian Callahan playbook?
Yeah, and the next person that should come out of this team is freaking MPF ass, bro. He's number 2. He ain't bad. He ain't up there on my hate.
They package deal, just like Callie and Red. Them two are a package deal.
Yeah, but they can lead together. We can trade both of them for, you know what I'm saying? We trade them for ramen noodle packs, bro. I'm cool, man.
Where do we rank Traylon Burks at on this list? Because I'm surprised he wasn't there too.
I forgot about him. Fuck him.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, man. He been quiet, bro. He ain't been out in public, bro.
Why he's quiet?
He number 3, bro.
Yeah, I can get Traylon this too, man. At least Traylon ain't out here doing no goofy shit. At least Traylon showed up, never complained, never said anything off the wall, always tried to work hard. He tried to come in here and do the right thing. Body just failed him. And, maybe, you know what I'm saying, he wasn't grasping, everything that he needed to become the wide receiver he needed him to be. But, damn, Will Levis and MPF, though, man, look, man, you got a fantasy expert and a goofball. Yeah, they need to be on the first bus ride up out of here. Fuck the plane ticket.
Yeah, we need to go ahead, man. We need to go ahead and cut these squares out of our circle. Ain't that what Future said, man? You know what I'm saying? Cut them squares out your circle.
Yeah. We got a super chat too, man. Shout out to Titan the fuck up.
Perfect timing. I forgot I had this too because we took our breaks. But go ahead, super chat.
Hey, yeah, I miss Vrabel. I don't, unfortunately. Don't we not gonna get Firestones?
Oh man,
we got Firestone started for the night, man. Jesus Christ. Firestone, matter of fact, you talk.
I feel like you made this super chat.
Yeah, man. Matter of fact,
I feel like this is your burner account.
Your fellow Vrabel buddy, or whatever, man. Y'all talk about Vrabel and y'all favorite memories of Vrabel and all of that foolishness.
Bruh, you
I'm
gonna
good
see.
on
We gonna
Vrabel,
see,
man.
man. I get it. While we could have moved on from it, should have moved on. But I told y'all then it was a bad choice, and this was going to happen. Yeah, we said that like anybody could come in and coach this team better and have more wins, and no, the fuckers couldn't. But we're at where we're at. So yeah, I miss Vrabel. I wish we wouldn't have fired him, but at the same time, I understand. Well, no, I don't understand why, but I can understand wanting to go in a new direction. But now y'all can see why I was so scary of the new direction they wanted to go, because it really wasn't a fucking direction. They was just like, we're going for a walk, and didn't know where they were going, and they just let the wind blow this team whichever direction they felt comfortable with the guy that came in and sold them on some shit. And Cali came in here and sold them on a big pile of fucking shit.
For sure,
Yeah,
man. We gonna talk a little. Go ahead, RJ.
We're gonna have to cut some of these things. We're gonna have to cut a lot of players in this offseason, boy. Because some of these players, man, they just holding us the fuck back. You know what I'm saying? That's
Facts,
where I'm
bro.
at.
And you heard that in the locker room speeches today. So many people said, what did you learn about this team? That, who was dogs, who had it, who wanted to fight. And you heard that sentiment even throughout the year with like Simmons, even throughout the year. So there's the thought or the feeling that in that locker room, people are quitting and not playing, and you can tell. And there's no accountability being held for that too. And that's a coaching thing. That's not a GM thing.
I read Marlo comment. Anybody who takes fantasy football fight for the NPL deserves bad look. He say he got a group of friends, and the friends value his opinion very much when it comes to fantasy football, man. So NPF, man, I mean, shoot, man, he might have that bag for you when it comes to fantasy football. I mean, we don't know. Have y'all even seen NPF do a fantasy football show or anything yet?
I ain't been interested enough to search, bro. I've been trying to avoid anything that has NPF attached to it.
I haven't.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
He already ruins my Sunday, so might as well not watch him anymore.
Don't need him to ruin my fantasy team. He already ruins my real team that I enjoy. Fuck ruining my fantasy team too.
Right. Got another one from Titan fuck up. Amy scared as fuck right now. Man, we're scared of Amy right now, honest to God, truth, man, because we scared she gonna really do some foolishness. I mean, she's really gonna go screw something up. They saying Rand is the one she's gonna fire, but heck, who freaking knows with Amy? I mean, we talking about the same woman who fired J-Rob in the middle of a winning season. I mean, we talking about the same Amy who fired the coach that she had picked that we thought she was having a decent relationship with. She fired him after a playoff run. So, I mean, we don't know what to expect out of Amy. I'm just ready for this shit to be all over with.
So, since we, I know we ain't really talked about it yet, but we can. I want to talk about the draft just a little bit.
For sure.
Does everybody have their first round pick yet? The number one pick. Anybody got who they gonna get?
No, man, I keep bouncing back and forth, bro. I really do, but I keep leaning. This is the thing I keep battling are we going QB1 because these guys will actually fix the franchise for us, or are we going QB at 1 just because we need QB at 1? Because I don't want to do that route. I know we need a QB, but I also know reaching for a QB sets your franchise back further than not getting a QB at times. Look at the Chicago Bears when they moved up for Mitchell Trubisky. They still trying to bounce back from that shit even before what they did. But that thing screwed them badly, and they're still hoping now Caleb is going to bounce back from that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to reach for a QB when there can be other clear generational talents in this draft like Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter that if we didn't need QB as bad as we needed QB, would you go Travis or would you go Abdul? Because I would want to go Travis in this situation, but I understand that we need a QB, and without a QB, you're going to be ass. but I really don't want to overreach for a QB because that could even set us back even further.
So who's your pick? Who's your pick?
I think I'm leaning towards Travis right now.
Okay. Travis.
I mean,
All right. I mean, I think it's. I mean, if you've been watching this show for the past 6-7 months, man, I've been, you know what I mean. I've been Mr. Do It All, man. Mr. Throw them dots, man. Mr. Get out the pocket and sling it, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I mean, Cam Ward, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that boy, he got Steve McNair in him, bro. I'm telling you. I talk with Morocco on the phone about this, man. I really believe if we draft Cam Ward and if he brings what I know he's gonna bring to this franchise, bro, I really believe we're gonna be competing for the playoffs next year. I know this is a hot take, and you can probably make a video about it, but I really believe if we get Shedeur Sanders, if we get Cam Ward, we're gonna be competing for the playoffs. Cam Ward to me is something special. I watched him turn a complete garbage Miami team into damn near a playoff team just because he started playing well. He came in there, he demanded, you know what I'm saying, what he wanted. He kept the receivers in the film room. He literally said, I'm not throwing you the ball if you're not watching film with me, bro. If you're not watching film, if he brings this mentality to the Tennessee Titans and keeps them focused, and when we've been in here talking about leaders, he's a leader. We need the problem is we don't have a leader from the right position. The quarterback position. He brings that. I think Tennessee Titans will have a Denver Broncos-esque season. And I look at the day wrong roster that we had this year. And if we would have had any type of good quarterback play, I promise you we would have been competing for the playoffs. So it ain't too far-fetched to me.
I'll say this about Cam and Shedeur. I feel like both of them are coachable. Their mistakes are fixable. That's pretty much the biggest reason for me wanting to take a risk on them, because let's keep it real. I mean, it's a big ass risk. They talking about Cam Ward would probably be the 20th best player in a regular draft, and got Shedeur as a second round pick or whatever. Yeah, second round pick. So I mean, it's a risk, but at this point, man, we got to swing for the fences. Firestone, talk to him.
Well, that's why I say, like, that's why I'm having the hardest battle with, because, like, these guys could be something, could be the guy. I'm not really sold on their QB. So, but for Travis, for me, Travis is going to come out and going to be the new example and the new staple. Like, when people, after Travis comes out and he starts playing, after a few years, people are going to try to go get the next Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter ain't going to be the next Jamar Chase or Stephon Diggs or Justin Jefferson. He's going to be the next staple that everybody is going to try to be. So do you pass that up to reach for a QB because you just need a QB? Or do you go get something that you know is going to be a generational talent, sign a QB like Teddy Bridgewater maybe, do a bridge 1 year, have Travis Hunter here, make sure that you have enough capital and you strategize a little bit to get you a better pick next year in the first round as well with some of the trades you do this year. And then you can go get you a QB next year. Whether Archie Manning is there or not, there's still some other good QB prospects that you might like better next year. So if I'm the Titans, if you're not 100% sold on these are the guys for the next 10, 15 years for your future as a QB, you know for a fact Travis Hunter is a generational talent for the next 10, 15 years of the NFL.
Here's my problem with that, Firestone, though. So I agree. Travis Hunter is a generational talent. As of right now, I'm leaning Shedeur Sanders as of right now. But I also understand trading back and gaining capital for future drafts also would be a good move, and then getting to Travis Hunter, as you said, or Abdul Carter. But if you do that and you go sign a veteran quarterback, like you said, a Teddy Bridgewater, even though I don't think he's going to play football again after the Lions playoff run, a Derek Carr, a Kirk Cousins. If we sign a Derek Carr or a Kirk Cousins, we're going to win 6 or 7 games. That's my opinion. Those guys have consistently won 6 or 7 games. And at that point, you're not going to be picking high in the draft, meaning you're not going to be able to get the best quarterbacks in the 2026 class, whether that be Drew Aller. Is Nico going to come out next year, you think, RJ?
I think so. It just depends on what we got going, what kind of season he has, you know.
So, and I'm with you. And I'm with you on that, Sean. That's why I say you got to make sure you have draft capital. That way you can move up next year if you go that route, because you're going to have to move up. Because like you said, at bare minimum, you're probably going to win 6. So make sure you have draft capital. You can move up in that first round and go get you a QB if need be, because I don't want to see us tank 2 years like this. I just want to have us enough value to move.
So would you trade back from 1 and take Hunter, or are you taking Hunter at 1?
Yeah, I would try to move back with Hunter, because at that situation, then you move back 3, 4, 5. Don't move back too far, but at still 3, 4, 5, you can get Hunter and Abdul Carter. I still think.
I think Hunter.
I'm gonna
You
keep
gotta
it
know the
100. The most
teams
I'm gonna
move,
move
though. You
back.
gotta. That's the thing
Well,
about it. You got
that's
to know those
correct.
other teams move, because if you mess around and move back and say who's picking second,
That's what I was saying. I think
The Browns.
Oh, it's the
Browns
Browns
are second.
It's the
Yeah,
Browns.
so they're
The
going
Browns.
QB.
Look,
So-
I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yeah.
With just be myself. I'm not trading back no farther than 3, bro. I mean, you gotta get one of them 3 prospects, man. That's obviously Shador, Cam, or Travis Hunter. If it ain't one of them 3, I'm not getting out of this deal. I'm not going to trade back.
So tax the Giants for
Tax the Giants,
just
yeah.
a little spot.
Giants
Yeah,
are drafting
yeah.
3, right?
I tax the Giants.
Yeah.
Do you think the Browns go
I'm fine with-
quarterback?
Yeah, they're gonna go quarter. They're definitely
I
going
mean,
quarter, because they
did
got that big ass Watson deal, and you can't go sign another free agent because they're gonna be like the Broncos are with Wilson's deal. They're gonna have so much dead cap space with that Watson deal. You're gonna have to have a rookie QB. You're not gonna be able to go sign a free agent guy.
Look,
At least
I
I
keep
think.
it 100 though. I just
agree.
don't feel
Don't wanna
right
move out the
about
top
us
3.
being bad next year without a young quarterback. Now I'm cool with being bad next year if we have a quarterback that's improving that we can somewhat get behind. But if we ain't got nobody to get behind, we're gonna have another season like we did this year. This shit was miserable to watch the damn Titans, you know. But we do got a super chat that we didn't discuss. He said, "Let's be honest, Shutter ain't a first round type."
Man, you know what he's saying, man. It's Shador.
There's he in there. Oh,
I ain't gonna talk about Shutter.
I just
man.
had to
Don't
do
do
it.
it
I'm
like
sorry,
that,
Bob.
man.
That's
I
the
ain't
shredder over here.
Shutter.
Man, we all
Shutter.
slaughter words sometimes. Shit, I do it all over this motherfucker.
You know what he's saying.
But no, that's the thing too, because like we've heard that several times. If it was last year's draft or next year's draft, these 2 guys wouldn't even be the top 5 QBs. That's what we keep hearing. So like Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter in any other draft would absolutely be a top 5 pick, but these other 2 guys are. So do we really gotta reach? Like I don't think we really do gotta reach. But a lot can change with combine and pro days, and a lot can change. But that's just where I'm bouncing back and forth. And if we do go QB, I know I've been saying it the other way for a while, but man, RJ, I'm back on your side right now. I'm a little bit on Cam right now. If we gotta go QB, I'm with Cam. But there could be a scenario if some of these teams think Shador will drop to the second round. You could maybe go high enough in this first round to get somebody trade back up later in that second round and still might be able to snag a QB without they talking about him. But that's a huge risk and gamble. I don't know if you want to take.
So,
I'm not with
go ahead,
this. Somebody
RJ.
put Sanders for the new stadium. I don't think I'm with it. I'm not trying to get Shador just for tickets, bro. I'm trying to win football game. I want to be known for winning. I don't want to be known for I got Deion Son as my quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Now, if Shador is gonna get us to the wins, then yeah, I'm cool with drafting him number 1 overall. But if he's just getting them for the ticket sales, or we can raise enough money for the stadium, then no, you know.
Nah, man, we joke on here all the time. We hold up fake rollies and shit, but at the end of the day, man, we don't give a damn about none of that shit, man. We want to win some football games. We ain't trying to be sitting up over here picking top 3 and top 5 with the Jags and the Raiders and the Browns every single year, man. No, we are trying to get back to the Super Bowl, and we are trying to win it. Sean, I wanted to ask you this right here, man, because they kind of talked about it in the chat a little bit. The whole thing behind going any other position but quarterback, getting a bridge quarterback, taking us to 8 or 9 wins. We might get a playoff appearance out of it or whatever, man. How do you feel about that? And if you do want to go that route, I mean, are you prepared to give up whatever to move up and get a quarterback? Because I feel like you got to be down to do that if you're saying pass on the quarterback and go get a bridge guy.
I mean, I said it earlier with when Firestone said it. I just think the bridge guy he'll come in here, he'll win 7 games, and if you don't trade back for, say you stick out one, you take Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter, and you sign a bridge, you win 7 games next year, you have the 15th pick. It does you no good. So that's why I am leaning towards quarterback, but I'm also wouldn't be mad if we traded back and got an Abdul Carter and a Travis Hunter and stock up picks for 2026 where we can move up for Drew Aller, depending on the season Nico has next year. I don't think Arch Manning's going to come out. So I think maybe another quarterback establishes themselves in 2026. But I just think Cam Ward I still think Cam Ward has a little bit of concerns about, like, he's reckless at times, but I like his potential. Shedeur Sanders, he's accurate. He takes a lot of sacks. That's the main knock on him, but he does go. If you are thinking that Shedeur takes too many sacks, go watch Shedeur Sanders versus Utah. Go watch that tape. Go see his offensive line breaks down a ton in that game, and he extends plays. He's extending drives on third down. He's using his legs, which people are like, oh, he's an average athlete. I think he's a little bit of an above average athlete. He's not a great athlete, but he uses what he has to extend plays, find receivers, and, he had Travis Hunter at receiver. He had LeJontay Webster. He had Jimmy Horn. These guys are great. Like, they're great receivers. I don't think that should take away from the fact that Shedeur Sanders was the engine of that offense. And go watch that tape against Utah, and I think your opinion on Shedeur Sanders will change.
And that's what. Go ahead, RJ.
Oh, I was going to say 2 things. One thing is, you watch Travis Hunter's Heisman ceremony, man. He basically said, he even gave his process. He said, man, that man Shedeur Sanders, he changed my life. So I would have never been here without him, and he basically thanked him. Like, he was like, dude, like, that man, say he did a lot for me, And another thing is, another game I want y'all to watch is the Kansas State game, because he lost all his receivers in that game, and he still threw for 400 yards. And the Kansas State was ranked at the time, so I think it was at home. But yeah, the Kansas State's a good football team. So if y'all want to see him really dice somebody up surgically, most definitely watch him versus Kansas State and Utah.
So, and that's what I was gonna get ready to say about Shedeur. I think what gets him in trouble a lot of the times is him trying to extend those plays. That's where, those sacks are coming from. I mean, the offensive line is pretty bad, but sometimes too, you don't want to just sit back there and keep on just, taking sacks. No, your instincts gonna kick in, and you're gonna want to try to extend some of those plays. That's why I kind of can brush off that aspect about Shedeur. It ain't like no Will Levis type of shit where he's not aware of what the fuck's going on and he just magically moves into a set. Now, he's done that at times, but it isn't to the level of Will Levis, trust me.
Also, too, like, I would much rather have he takes too many sacks than he turns the ball over too much, too. Because at least not to force the ball when pressure comes. You're just kind of taking that pressure. Now we can show you how to evade that pressure, maybe. So at least when pressure's in your face, you're not putting the ball in dumb, bad placements and just pressure Jameis Winston dumb shit out here. Because that's one of the things that scares me about Cam sometimes. There's some Levis type looking plays when you watch Cam Ward play sometimes. And it scares me. But with Shedeur, you do have to take in consideration how bad his O-line really was, and you're trying to battle bounce from that, and he didn't really put the ball in danger when pressure got into his face.
I'm gonna comment on this comment that I started, man. It said Ward improved at every place he went. Sanders was the same from Jackson State to Colorado, and that's what I have been stressing to a lot of people, man, about these 2 quarterbacks, man. These guys came from nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because Shedeur Sanders wasn't no 5-star quarterback coming out of college. Like, you didn't even know about him until you saw him at Jackson State. You know what I'm saying? And then Travis Hunter came over there, and they, you know what I'm saying, they kind of clicked up at Jackson State, and they worked. And Shedeur has gotten better every single season. Every single season, he has become a better quarterback, and he's worked hard to get to where he's at. So he earned that spot in the first round, man. It wasn't his name. It wasn't Deion's name that got him there. It wasn't the publicity. He earned his way to right there. You look at Cam Ward. Cam Ward was a 0-star recruit coming out of college. He only had one offer to a FCS school, which is Incarnate Ward. He went from Incarnate Ward. He been to multiple. He won conference championships. He won. You know what I'm saying? He was in the playoffs. He did his thing. I don't think he won the FCS championship. So he never got the exposure even from then. So he went to Washington State. He balled out again at Washington State. You know what I'm saying? And he got the second round grade, and he was like, all right, I'm going to Miami. I need to do it even on a bigger stage. He went to another bigger stage, and now he worked his way into a top 5 pick, man. Like, they had to work for every single thing that they got. It was never given to them, you know, and I like that about both quarterbacks, man. And I know when they get here, they're going to work, you know, for everything.
And they're not going to be on no goofy shit neither. But, fellas, y'all ready to wrap things up for the night, man? I think we done enough talking.
Yes, sir, bro. There is 400 people in here watching the show, so make sure y'all like and share this for us, man. We really appreciate all the support. All that really does help us, and we're truly grateful and thankful for 400 of y'all in here on the live. Listen, that's truly amazing. Thank y'all.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Continue to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us. Blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Sean, once again, we appreciate you. Tell the people where they can find you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sharm Sports _ NFL on Twitter or X, whatever they call it. And then sharmsports.com right there. New articles every week. So, yeah.
Yeah, man, we got to get you a notebook to go in that jacket, too, man. Make you official. have y'all here like Jim Wide, man. But
yeah, facts, yeah. It took me a while to register. I got you though.
Right. But yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up for the night, man. Like I said, man, continue to like, share, subscribe. Make sure you go holler at Wilson down in Music City, Autoplex.com. Best prices in 500 miles. If you can't make it down there to the lot, most definitely go to the website, musiccityautoplix.com. Give them a call at 844-543-0108 and make sure you get those bets in for the playoffs starting Saturday. Matter of fact, I'm going to throw a little bet out there for y'all too, man, because, I feel very confident. I'm probably going to put a lot of money behind this one right here, man. Take the Chargers on the money line because the Houston Texans are not going to beat this football team because they are the complete opposite of each other. You know, the Texans are undisciplined as fuck. They go out there and turn the ball over. I even had to tell the Texan fans yesterday that was doing all this talking, all this high and mighty shit like they beat the 2000 Tennessee Titans or somebody. I even had to tell them, like, look, we on some bullshit right now. We tanking. If we were serious, we would have beat y'all ass again. But anyway, that's beside the point, man. Take the Chargers on the money line. I think the Texans are a 3-point dog. I would even take the 3 points with the Chargers because, man, like I said, man, the Texans are an undisciplined football team, and the Chargers are one of the least penalized team. I think they're like 3 or 4 or some shit like that. But yeah, they're gonna go out there and they're gonna put a whooping on the Texans and they're gonna humble their fan base. So get those bets in 125% bonus on your first three deposits, 10% gamblers insurance. Firestone. You got something you want to say before you ride out?
Yeah, bro. And I will say, bro, we've been pretty good with these picks so far. Ever since BetUS has, sponsored us, bro, we've gotten one pick wrong. We've told y'all with 4 weeks in a row, go get NWI on an anytime touchdown. And that actually worked. Last week, we told y'all, hey, watch Tampa Bay and Mike Evans, pay attention to the incentive. So if you went and cashed in on his 1,000 yards that he needed to get, you cashed in as well, too. So if Morocco telling you pay attention to the Chargers, I'd probably pay attention to the Chargers because we've been right more than we've been wrong so far this year about at least our bets.
I'm telling you, I'm going to go drop
say, man, not so fast, man. Look, hey, Morocco, man, I'm gonna keep it 100. I want them to win because you don't know why. They're already 0-5 in the divisional, bro.
You trying to get that 0-6 up there?
I need that 6 right there, bro. Right next to 0-5.
I would like that, man, but I know this is a different Chargers team. If it was the Chargers team with Brandon Staley, I would say, man, yeah. I mean, shit, the Chargers ain't finna win this game. It's the same old Chargers, but nah. I mean, this is a Jim Harbaugh led Chargers team or whatever. And plus two, Justin Herbert is playing in that football game. The Texans, they got this weird thing where they always end up playing against somebody's backup quarterbacks, and then they act like they done really did something when they actually just got lucky. No, I mean, I don't see them winning this football game at all Sunday.
So
I mean,
the Drake fan, yeah, Saturday. So the Drake fan is coming out of RJ right now, huh? So you saying do it for the 6 right now? Is that what you're saying? Do it for the 6?
Yeah, man, for the 6, man. No, for the 6, man. 6 guys.
For sure. Sean, man. Give us one of your playoff predictions, man. Any game before we go.
I'm gonna tell you this. I got the Rams upsetting the Vikings. I feel like it's kind of an upset because the Vikings are a 14-3 team. I think the Rams in the playoffs, Sean McVay, Matthew Stafford, they know Kevin O'Connell. Kevin O'Connell used to work under the Rams with Stafford and McVay. So give me the Rams to upset the Vikings.
And Detroit just put out the blueprint on how to blueprint to stop them. So yeah, just watch that tape and execute it in the playoffs, bro.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I'm gonna comment on, bro. I'm sorry, man. I done seen the Tennessee Titans build the Minnesota Vikings 100 freaking times, bro. You're not gonna win nothing with the Sam Darnolds, bro. You're not gonna win nothing with the Ryan Tannehills, bro. Let them quarterbacks go, bro. We're not winning with them quarterbacks, bro. Like, you gotta let them boys go, man. You see, they got 14 wins and they gotta go to Philly. They're gonna get put out the first game. Like, the quarterbacks don't ever win nothing, bro. We had to learn it the hard way, bro.
Bro, you gonna see. Y'all keep saying that, but y'all tend to forget. 9 first-round QBs have won more Super Bowls than first-round QBs. Nick Foles and Carson Wentz just won a Super Bowl how long ago? But the thing is, if you're going to have them bad QBs, or at least not top-tier QBs, you're going to have a lot of top-tier talent around them. And that's why the Eagles won that year with Nick Foles. They had tons of top-tier talent around them, so you can have a mediocre quarterback. You can win a Super Bowl with mediocre quarterback, but the rest of that team got to be A1, bro.
Most definitely.
Man, look, man, we're finna go ahead and get up out of here, man. Like I said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all tuned in tonight. Appreciate Sean coming through. Y'all make sure y'all stay safe out there because the weather is looking pretty crazy. I got my salt in my driveway, so I'm prepared for the ice, man. But do what you got to do to make sure that you're safe, man. Enjoy y'all week. We hope like hell Amy don't hit us with no foolishness in the morning. And tighten the fuck